Meanwhile, there's a similar story in Sudan, which has been engulfed in a civil war since April 2023 between the armed forces and a paramilitary group known as the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. A UN-mandated mission says the RSF have committed multiple crimes against humanity during its siege of El-Fashir in the western Darfur region. In a Friday briefing, officials accused the group of large-scale killings, sexual and gender-based violence, looting, and the destruction of livelihoods. In carrying out its investigation, the mission said it conducted over 200 interviews with victims, survivors of violence, as well as video material and submissions from civil organizations. But the RSF and the Sudanese army have dismissed such claims in the past. The battle for El-Fashir has become a pivotal moment in a war that has seen the deaths of tens of thousands of people and caused massive humanitarian crises. Well, Naba Mouadine is in Khartoum and joins us live for the very latest. Naba, welcome to the program. Welcome to Africa Live. Let's begin. First and foremost, Naba, bring us up to speed on the situation in Darfur right now.
Actually, Richard, the situation in Darfur remains very fragile, especially in El-Fashir, where the RSF are still besieging the city of El-Fashir and not allowing aid to access those in need. Fighting is still active in El-Fashir as the RSF are trying to penetrate towards the depths of the city, and the Sudanese army and allying groups are still defending large parts of El-Fashir city, as it's the last stronghold for the Sudanese army and allying groups. The fighting is also active in Kordofan, but now it's witnessing a relatively calmer situation than the weeks before. But Kordofan is still a hot spot, a conflict zone in Sudan's fighting. So the situation in El-Fashir remains very fragile, and the RSF are still besieging the city of El-Fashir and not allowing aid to access hundreds of thousands of people who are starving in the city.
Naba, the UN mission says that Sudan's RSF committed crimes against humanity in Al-Fashir. What has been the reaction from the RSF on this UN mission report?
Actually, Richard, the new UN mission report is it's a new report, but it's also added to the reports of atrocities against RSF and what has been doing in El-Fashir and in Darfur generally. The past report was about Al-Junaina and the atrocities in Al-Junaina, Western Darfur, but this report is particularly about El-Fashir and atrocities. The report is about 18 pages, interviewed more than 200 survivors of the violence in El-Fashir, including sexual violence, abduction, and also verified some videos and materials about killing and ethnically driven killings. RSF has not commented on the new report by the UN mission, and before they have accused the Sudanese army and traded accusations with the Sudanese army and allying groups, and denied all of the accusations regarding all of the violations and atrocities in El-Fashir. So RSF has not officially commented on this new report that was issued on Friday by UN mission, but we are expecting that they will deny all of the accusations, and as they did before, and they will trade accusations with the Sudanese army and allying Darfur groups. Richard.
And now, but before we let you go, what has been the reaction across Sudan on the RSF's announcement of a new government?
Actually, the reaction about the new parallel government is an old reaction. Many people across Sudan, in Khartoum, in Port Sudan, in eastern parts and northern parts of the country, are denying and actually objecting to forming a new parallel government. They think it will complicate the situation even further, and it will not lead to any political resolution to the Sudanese crisis. It will divide the country into two authorities, just like the Libyan scenario. But now the parallel government is a reality. The RSF has already confirmed that they formed their new government, and their cabinet have sworn in Niala just a few days ago. So it's now a reality. People are dealing with a new reality that Sudan has already been divided into two authorities and into two powers. But people in Niala, of course, large population of people in Niala, they are supporting RSF government. They are allying to the RSF, but we can say wide condemnation against this government was seen, and reaction about that not only in Sudan but also international community and UN agencies and UN Security Council many times rejected the forming of a new parallel government in Sudan that will lead to even more catastrophic situation, and it will make the things even more complicated for hundreds of thousands, or we can say millions of people in Sudan. There is wide rejection about this new government, but it's now a reality that people need to deal with it and needs to know that the Sudan has already been divided into two authorities and two powers.